Muy buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this beautiful encounter. A round of applause for everyone here just to have more energy to start this exchange. We shall enjoy a special moment because we are focused on the changing engines in the Caribbean. We are talking about youth. This is the fourth youth uh, encounter for the young people in the Caribbean. They are the protagonists of this afternoon. So we would like as well to tell you that presentations and biographies of the people speaking in this presentation by consultancy tu.tnt. Now, for this special moment, I would like to invite Tariq Johnson, who is going to be with us in the first part of this second section of the day. You are enjoying the heat of the Caribbean and Santiago de Cuba.
¿Cómo están?
How are you? We have something to eat, didn't us? We are properly fed. We were able to drink to share.
And normally after we have eaten, fiesta. After we've eaten, we want to just, but we're going to be here, we're going to go through and we're going to enjoy the rest of the day. Viceministra de Comunicaciones, Honorable Aileen Pebles.
Honorable Eileen Pebles Estrada, Second Secretary of the National Committee of the Communist League, Sir Gilberto Gonzalez, Chief of the FG Office of the United Nations, Mr. Metango, a representative of ITU for the Caribbean, Mr. Cleveland Thomas.
Government officials, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who is in the room, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you again to Valdera, to Cuba. But this is the fourth Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum. Pero ¿dónde están los jóvenes? ¿Dónde están los jóvenes? Okay.
Where are young people? What's the meaning of being young? What's the age of people who are young?
A joven. 18 a 50 por ahí. Caballeros, damas y caballeros, joven.
To 50, from 18 to 50, 18 to 50. Is that being young? Well, 50 is okay. I'm still in the list. I'm included there. 18 to 35. Where are young people?
Right. Okay. Entonces, yo voy a hacerlo de nuevo. Yo voy a
know that again. I'm going to say welcome to, and then I'll say that in English.
Welcome to the fourth Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum. Thank you. El año que viene, 50 está. We want to welcome those of you who are in the room, those of you who are watching online across the region, across the world. It is a pleasure to have you. Now, since its beginning in 2022, the CYIGF has grown from an inspired youth-led initiative at the ITU Generation Connect Summit into a powerful platform where Caribbean youth shape the conversation on internet governance. Along the way, it has sparked the creation of the Caribbean ICT Youth Network and earned recognition as an official national, regional, and sub-regional initiative of the United Nations Internet Governance Forum. So what are we going to do today? Today, as we step into our fourth edition, we continue the journey, tackling critical issues that will help to shape critical issues such as artificial intelligence, emerging technologies, policy and regulatory environment, and the empowerment of las mujeres in ICT and much more. The CYIGF is not just about the future, it's about the present role of young people in shaping digital transformation for the Caribbean and beyond. So, to everyone here and everyone joining us virtually, we say your voice matters, your perspective counts, and this is your platform to make a difference. Again, welcome to the 4th Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum, where the leaders of tomorrow are leading today. Let's start with the introduction of Tariq Mohammed, Chair of the Caribbean ICT Youth Network and Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum Coordinator. Un aplauso, por favor.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction, Terry. Please let me adopt the protocols which have been established to save us a little bit of time. I know we're running a bit late today. This is actually my second time in Cuba, in Valdera, in fact, in this very room. Just a few months ago, I attended the ITU's Global Youth Summit, which took place here, and it's indeed a great pleasure to be back once again. And thanks to the host country for making this possible, and I think that this is just the start of a lot of good collaborations that we're going to have moving forward. As Terry mentioned, the CYIGF, Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum, was an initiative launched in 2022. Since then, which started off as just an idea, we've had 3 successful internet governance forums to date, and this one being the 4th, always taking place in collaboration with the CTU's Caribbean Internet Governance Forum. What was once just a thought has now evolved into a registered NRI, and I'm pleased that this is the first multilingual event that we're having. I think we do need to have more of this in the future, and that's my call to the CTU. Let's continue this approach. Let's continue what we're starting here today. In this afternoon session, you'll hear a number of interesting topics and views from youth, but also non-youth. A number of intergenerational dialogues comprising technical as well as non-technical topics, ranging from AI, digital transformation, network resilience, and cybersecurity. But quite apart from the technical aspects, we also focus on how can we empower women to also be part of the digital agenda? How can we ensure that they are adequately represented and included? And not only the women, but how can we empower the youth to help drive digital agendas globally, such as the Digital Compact? And we heard a lot from our representative at the IGF this morning on that. Within the context of the CYIGF, this all falls under the strategic initiative of the CTU, the Caribbean ICT Youth Network, which I chair. By the end of this meeting, I'm hoping to invite all attendees from the Caribbean, 35 and under, to join and engage in this initiative. And I'm hoping that we can share some of the very good opportunities that we have coming up in our closing, which some of my colleagues would do. As a coordinator of this CYIGF, I warmly invite you all to participate in today's events, and let's work together to strengthen the next generation of ICT leaders in the Caribbean. So with that, I'd like to thank you and pass back over to Terry. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Tariq. He speaks like this. Qué elegante. Y él habla así, normal, con la voz así.
Speaks like that, so elegant,
Felicidades, estoy de acuerdo contigo. I am in agreement. It is so lovely to have a multilingual space porque nosotros somos caribeños. I mean, come on, la música, el baile.
Music, dance, everything, we are like that, full of salsa.
Nosotros hablamos inglés, ustedes hablan chabacán, nosotros hablamos nuestro idioma también, pero somos lo mismo. Tenemos los mismos problemas y tenemos las mismas oportunidades. And so I do agree with you that we absolutely need to have these kinds of spaces where, as a Caribbean, we can interchange not just language and culture, but our knowledge. Congratulations again, Tariq. We look forward. So now we invite to the stage the Vice President of the Informatics and Communications Enterprise Group of Cuba to deliver his welcome remarks. Please let us welcome Señor José Carlos Cruz Sandoval. Un aplauso.
Good afternoon to all. Buenas tardes a todas y todos.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot for being here this afternoon, and especially to young people from the Caribbean who are sharing with us. Honorable representatives of the International Telecommunication Union, distinguished representatives from the Ministry of Communication, as well as representatives of the Young Communist League, young people from the Caribbean, It's a great honor to have you all in Cuba, which is the venue of the fourth forum of internet governance for young people. Our island today is a point of a venue of encounter for dreams, tasks, and young voices to transform digital future of our region. The index of resilience of the internet presented by the Internet Society in the last regional forum revealed that the Caribbean is making advances in digital infrastructures, but we still are facing challenges in access, equity, concentration of the market. The region still facing some gaps in connectivity, digital inclusion, and we are also having a need to have technological sovereignty. Precisely in this context, young people are fundamental, creating local solutions, promoting innovation, and advocating for open internet for everyone. In the world which is more and more interconnected, the Caribbean cannot be behind. Our cultural diversity and the creativity and resilience are very important assets to be included in the way that we govern and build the internet. The internet governance in our region have evolved thanks to the promotion of young people, those who have a very important role in the digital transformation. In the last meeting celebrated in the year 2024, we're able to see that young people from the Caribbean are having entrepreneurial initiatives together with cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, security of social networks, and data protection. So in Cuba, in a very humble but being proud of that, we can show important results. We have been seeing a growth in the last 10 years at about 10 times the use of data from our citizens. 4G technology reaches more than 50% of the communities which are present in Cuba. We have two digital payment platforms which are nationally created as well as our national antivirus. And we have governmental organizations and civil society organizations as well as electronic digital hub young clubs. And we also have this promotion of digital growth in our citizens. We also have an adequate legal framework for the digital transformation as well as the 2030 digital development plans as well as development of artificial intelligence. We have an entrepreneurial, business, scientific, solid, robust system for the services they offer in total alliance with science, innovation, and the academy. All I have mentioned here is also in the hands of young people, in their hearts, and also they are protagonists of all the achievements we have had so far. These are spaces for dialogue as well as action platforms. We, young people, are not spectators but protagonists, starting with artificial intelligence, technological work. It's also given us the opportunity to have this commitment to strengthen regional cooperation and to promote digital equity. I would like to invite you all, young people, colleagues, to participate, put in your passion and with a future vision to exchange and to find opportunities and solutions for the Caribbean, which is more connected, more sovereign, and more fair. Welcome to the digital future of the Caribbean.
Su inglés es mejor que mi español.
His English is so good.
I think what he just did a while ago merece un gran aplauso lo que es.
He deserves a round of applause. Put your hands together for him, please.
Los aspectos más
The most
for me is that naturally we are connected and that comes with it advantages and disadvantages. Naturally, the advantages, the exposure, the exchange, the collaboration, the capacity, the skill. But the disadvantage is privacy issues, breaches, violation. But what we have to ensure is that our youth are at the table, that their ideas are heard, We have to ensure that the Caribbean is not left behind, that when we think about environment, scale, capacity, infrastructure, technology, we, the Caribbean, cannot be left behind. And finally, something that he said that stuck with me is that the youth are not here to be spectators, they're here to be protagonists. They're not here to be dreamers, they're here to be doers. And I want to thank El Senor so much for getting us really ignited to get to our very first panel. Our very first panel this afternoon focuses on development and use of artificial intelligence in the Caribbean for digital transformation and innovation. And to moderate this session, we have the lovely, the Honorable Viceministra de Comunicaciones, Honorable Eileen Febles Estrada, and our speakers are Mr. Christopher Darrell, Youth Can Do It Too, out of Jamaica. I believe he is remote. Mr. Shagon Rosary, co-CEO, RIFBID, St. Lucia. Mr. Orlando Gabriel Toledano Lopez, Professor of Data Structures and Algorithms at the University of Informatics Sciences. And we have Mr. Roberto Martí Cedeño, Vice Dean of Research and Digital Transformation, University of Havana, Cuba. And I will now hand over to our moderator.